Ryan J is a nationally syndicated film critic, and he's here with a couple of new flicks and the potential to see an advanced screening. And you don't always love sequels. Good morning, Ryan J.
Good morning. It's true. Sequels are difficult to do well, and this is actually number 3 in a franchise, Iron Man 3. And I loved the first two. The second one not as much as the first, but this one's fantastic.
Yay!
Yay! Definitely better than the second one, as well, if not better than the first one. And I really attribute that primarily to one man. His name is RDJ, Robert Downey Jr.
You love him too.
I've always loved him. What do you like about him in this sequel?
Well, he, as Iron Man, as Tony Stark as Iron Man, is just sarcastic and funny and witty and charming and cute and clever. And if you compare him to other superheroes, like, you know, Bruce Wayne is so brooding as Batman, and Peter Parker is so clumsy as Spider-Man, and it's like, Tony Stark is just like the kind of superhero you actually want to go have a beer with. You know?
I get that.
He almost feels like an honorary Milwaukeean.
Yeah, and I've pulled for him for so long. He's had so many personal struggles, which I know he's overcome with addiction and things like that, but I think people love him so much on screen. It's like you just always like want him to be okay.
And he's just so good. He's one of the best working actors, I think. So he really is a great part of the genius behind this movie. Add to that how fabulous the effects are and the action and the story, the romance between him and Gwyneth Paltrow's character is so sweet, it's almost like a fairy tale. And then it's just a really great, complete action movie with terrorism. There's a president character. It's very timely right now. I love this movie.
Okay, how about the 3D? Because I used to avoid 3D like the plague.
Right. This is a 3D to avoid. Unlike Avatar or Oz the Great and Powerful, films that were actually made and shot in 3D, this one was not. It was converted to 3D, and it's very poorly done, which means you don't even notice it in the action scenes. You kind of see it once in a while in 2 shots where there's like 2 people, but it's not worth the price of an added 3D price, so skip it for this one. Next week we've got The Great Gatsby. That one was filmed in 3D. That's probably going to be worth it then too.
There's an extra scene at the end of, and is this the last Iron Man?
Well, this may be the last. That's what Gwyneth Paltrow has been very vocal about that, and it does actually end in a way that's very complete, but we do know that Robert Downey Jr. is reprising the role in the Avengers 2, so Tony Stark and Iron Man will be back then, but the contract hasn't been renewed for an Iron Man 4. But let's be honest, if this movie makes $1 billion, which it could, Disney will pony up the money and find a way to make an Iron Man 4. So there could be another one, but technically it's the end of the franchise.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised to see another one. Okay, how about Generation
Generation is a new indie film that's in limited release in New York and LA, but available right now on iTunes. So I figured I'd check it out because anybody could want to see it.
Oh.
Keanu Reeves is in it.
Wow, I haven't seen him for a while.
Exactly. He did 2008, The Day the Earth Stood Still with Jennifer Connelly, the sci-fi movie, 2006, The Lake House, but we haven't seen much of him. And here's why. He's still very stiff as an actor. This movie doesn't make any sense. It's like watching paint dry. It's like a very amateur sort of student film. I honestly think it's as bad of a movie would be if I had made a movie.
I never get casting him in any of the roles I've ever seen him in, except for maybe the one with Sandra Bullock where they're in the
Lake House. Yeah, that was kind of cute. I mean, sometimes I like him and I find him very watchable, and I think he looks great. Like, he hasn't aged in 20 years.
Handsome.
Yeah, so he looks fantastic. But aside from that, he's just a very stiff, awkward actor, and this movie is terrible. I mean, it's horrible.
All right, skip that one for sure. It's rated R. You have a movie club announcement.
Very excited. I love Baz Luhrmann. I love Moulin Rouge, and his new film, shot in 3D, is called The Great Gatsby. So it's a remake based on the classic novel.
Everything is all about Gatsby this season. Fashion, this movie, I feel everything.
It's true, it's true. And so it's going to be so exciting to see how Baz Luhrmann has done 3D for the first time. The cast is great. He's working with Leo DiCaprio again, his first time since Romeo and Juliet. And so this movie club is going to be Monday, May 6th. I hope you can make it. And to enter to win, you're going to want to go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/RyanJReviews. It's at 7 p.m. You have to arrive by 6:30 to get a reserved seat. But go ahead and enter. This one, I think, is going to be worth seeing.
I'm going to enter this one.
You should.
Yeah, I really want to see it. I might even dress up for it.
Yay! And if you go to Ryan's website, gosh, I can't talk today, RyanJReviews.com, you can see full reviews there. He's also on Facebook. You can follow him on Twitter. And again, full reviews on his website, RyanJReviews.com.